Hello, hello. Let's see, I'm having a hard time getting my video to pop up here. All right, what's going on here, computer? There it is. Okay, finally. Hello, Miss Kim. How are you? Such a lovely view of my arm and elbow. Let's see here. Okay, so let's see what we got going on. All right. Looks like I'm gonna need to drop this a little bit. Hi, Michelle. How are you? I'm the right orientation. Oh, I know. Let's count that as a huge win, Kim. Thank you. I love that. That's so kind of you. We know that I struggle with that a little bit, huh? I'm just so excited. I'm in the right spot, right orientation. You can hear me. Now all I'm doing is fussing around a little bit with the closeness because for some reason I can never figure out how to get my fingers to work with the... I'm on fire. I know. I got to count that as a huge win. Like, my goodness. Got to take it when you can get them, right? That is for sure. On fire. Well, it's like I even had dinner. Like, I usually don't get dinner before my lives because I'm racing home from work in a big rush. And yeah, I got to have dinner and I'm ready with my project and I'm excited to share it with you guys. Yeah, so, and I was even a tad early, which again, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Somebody better check my temperature. Somebody better check my temperature. Okay, well, I'm not sure who's going to join us, but I'm super happy I've got a couple of you. Tonight I am featuring this adorable stamp set called Fruity Fun, and it's from April of last year is when this one was released. And yeah, it's a great day. I know, I agree. This one was released in April of 24, and it is like, it just, like every time I pull it up to play with it, I have like another huge rush of ideas of things to do with it. So I hope to show you, we're gonna do a card, but I'm gonna show you a couple other things and thoughts that I had. And that's why these lives are so challenging for me because when I sit down to do my lives and I think about my project, all of a sudden the ideas of, oh, I could do this and I could do that. And this is so versatile. Hi, Mary Pat. And I just start like thinking I could probably spend 3 hours showing you the different ideas I have had for this stamp and making, I think I could probably do like a mini half-day class for you guys with this stamp set and some of the stencils because I just had so many ideas rolling around in my head. But anyway, I won't bore you with that a lot. Oh, and it's half price. Sweet. I like that even better. Okay. So if you love what we make and you're watching this live or on replay and you do not have this, please go grab it because you won't be sorry that you did. It's a really, really fun stamp set. We're going to make a card, like I said, with using the watermelon image, but I want to show you a couple other ideas first, maybe give folks a chance to pop on. So the first one I had is, you could make recipe cards. So this is a card, I have this fantastic yummy banana bread recipe, and I thought it would be really fun to put the bananas on a recipe card. And I've got From the Kitchen of Mom to Brooklyn. There's other stamp sets that have hearts that you can use. I thought it'd be fun to put Go Bananas up here by the banana bread. That's one of the sentiments, Go Bananas. So I thought that would be really, really fun to fill in. There's also, you know, lots of, like, there's cherry pie. You could do a cherry pie recipe. There's a cherry, or is it strawberry? It might be both, but there's a, it's like you crush up pretzels in the bottom of the pan, and then you have yummy cream cheese and strawberries or cherries on top, and oh, I love chocolate banana bread, and that sort of idea for recipe cards, right? I've made a couple scrapbook pages with it. Another fun idea is for people, and I really want to try that this year. I've never done it, never seem to have the time, but making tags for jelly or treats. So this one I just made, I colored up the strawberry image and put have a very good day, and on the back I've got to and from the kitchen of. So I would, you know, my niece makes an amazing strawberry jam, so I thought maybe if I make her a few tags, she might send me, she might send home with my sister a couple jars of yummy strawberry jam. But you could also do it for cherry jam, you could do grape jam. If you don't want to, you know, if you don't do it this way, like I did pattern paper, but you could just have a little tag and you could stamp a repeat image of the strawberries all over it, color it, and again, on the back, have to from, so it's obvious what it is. You know, it's strawberry jam. Same with the cherries. There's a lot of other Kraftin Kimmie stamp sets that coordinate with this too, in terms of like You're So Sweet or Have a Sweet Day. There's a couple of, you know, food-based ones that have sentiments that also go well with this. So, oh, I know, that's where I remember getting it the most, Mary Pat, was at church. So anyway, those are a few ideas, and like I said, I probably could do like a whole mini session with you guys, but I know for most of you it's later than it is for me, so I won't digress, and we'll jump into the project that I have planned for us tonight. So this was my sample card, but then I decided I needed to switch it up just a little bit. I always do that, which is kind of silly, but this is the sample that I made in the first place, and I very much believe in giving credit where credit is due. This is not my original idea. I saw this on Pinterest, and I actually saw it. It's a Simon Says stamp designer named Jennifer Ristoni. I think I wrote her name down correctly, and it's using you know, a different stamp set, but along the same idea. So this is almost in an identical case of her card. Hey, Melanie. And so I want to give credit where credit's due. I think that's super important. But then I decided to switch it up just a little bit and make it my own. So this is almost an identical case of the card, which case is Create, and so I can't remember what it stands for. Anyway, it's basically copying based on flattery because it's so cute you can't stand it. And I love when people recreate the things that I make because I've inspired them. And so I really do believe it's a form of flattery for certain. And it's also like, my goodness, we post all this stuff just like we do, us designers, in the group, so that you guys won't be stuck with ideas to not know what to do. Like, I have this stamp set, I have a little time, I want to create. Thanks, Melanie. Let's go look and see how the design team, what are the samples that are out there on the website, on Kraftin Kimmie's website. And also look on our Pinterest board, which, as I said, that I realized I am a bit behind getting stuff out on our Pinterest board. I need to make some time to do that. But look on our Pinterest board, search by Kraftin Kimmie. There's so many ideas for you out there. The last thing we want is for you to be stuck, and we want you to use your crafty goodies. So there you go, that's my spiel. As I'm getting ready, I also want to remind you of the fall retreat package where it opens up for purchase on tomorrow, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And you guys are not going to want to miss this. I all day long have been thinking about how I have to make sure I keep my mouth shut so I don't give a clue. I'm not as bad as Kimmie in terms of holding secrets. Like, she just can hardly stand it. But but it is hard when you know it's so fantastic. So anyway, I'm going to keep my mouth shut, but check it out. You guys are not going to be disappointed. It's very cool. Okay, so let's get going. So this panel here, I believe, is 3.5. What did I do with my ruler? I think it's 3.5 by, I put it in the instructions in the chat. 3.5 by like 5, 3.5 by 5 maybe. And then I've got a black matting piece that's just slightly bigger than that, so that I can put that around there. And then I found a piece of green gingham. You're back. You missed my spiel about almost spilling secrets. So this is, and then the backing is just like an almost gingham type paper. I didn't have anything that was exactly gingham to go on the back of it. So that's how I kind of switched up my initial card. So we're going to start by inking, and I am using the colors of Charming Chartreuse. I always mess that up. Charming Chartreuse. We're going to use that color, and I also used a little bit of Lucky Limeade for the greens. So I'm going to grab both of those, and we're going to start at the bottom, and then we're going to flip the other way and go that direction. So I mostly cleaned this brush off, I think. I think we're good. It may not be exactly like I want it to, so that I can get the charming chartreuse. Boy, I'll tell you what. Anyway, let's do that one. So this is the lightest green, and I'm just going to come up a little bit. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm using, for the first time, I got this recently. It's a waffle flower grip mat. I'm testing it out. Oh, you know what? It works better if it's not on paper. It'll still slide around. The paper won't slide around, but the mat might. So I'm going to move this out of the way for a sec. I'll move it back when I get ready to do something else. All right, and I still feel like I'm a little out of frame, so I'll try to watch comments so you can tell me if I'm out of frame. But so I'm just going to start with the Charming Chartreuse, and I'm not going to come up very high on my sample. I'm up, just maybe about, maybe that's an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. You do you. Like, if depends on how much of a rind effect you want to get on it, right? So we're just gonna get that color in there. I will say it's kind of, I'm like used to like holding it, and you still have to hang on a little, but it's kind of cool so far. I have this thing though about staining things. Like, I hope the stains come off. I don't know. I just like feel weird about that. So I'm just gonna, and it doesn't have to be exact line. If you want it to be more, put a little piece of masking tape, or not masking tape, but tape, so that you can block it off and not go too high if you're a little worried about that, or if you want it to be a more even line. But I'm going to come up a little bit on the edges here and fill in a little bit more of the lightest green. Then I'm going to switch. I think that's good enough. The thing is too, sometimes when you're stenciling in a panel, as you're focusing on it, it doesn't look like what you think it is. So, oh good, thanks Kim. Something that I've kind of learned is to stop for a sec, pick it up and look at it, because it might not look like you've got it, deep enough or where you want it. And before you like go crazy pants, you want to maybe pick it up and go, yeah, that looks like about where I wanted it. So, and not that I ever go crazy pants. You just have to decide if that's the truth or not. I'm not going to tell. So anyway, that's that color. And then you're working on the website. Yes, I was talking about the fall spots and how it's so hard for me all day long. I've been telling myself I need to be careful not to spill secrets. I'm a little better than you are, I think, sometimes, Kimmie, but oh, Melanie, great question. So now I'm doing the Lucky Limeade, and I'm just coming around at the very bottom. I don't want a lot. I just do want it to look like a little bit darker rind. And I might take a pass or two because I've already got that lighter color in there and I didn't switch gears and blend it off very good. That's okay. I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for the effect. Who, you? Yes, you. I am using, gosh, I think this is like, for ink blending for me, I have this big ream of Hammermill Smooth. I bought it like a long time ago. It's lasting me forever. And I only use it for stenciling. I find it to be very super smooth, and I really, really, really love it. So I'm going to pick this up and make sure it's where it will be. You're going to share some spoilers. I knew you would. Okay, I'm done with the green. So now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to work on the reddish pink color. You're so excited. You should be, Marianne. I know what's in it, and it's amazing. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. Okay, no more. Shut up so you don't give secrets away. All right, I'm going to start with my lightest color. I've got Pretty in Pink. I gotta look, what do I have? I have Pretty in Pink, Raspberry Rose, and Festive Fuchsia. Those are the colors that I'm using. Melanie. No way, I was waiting for the rude comment to come in. You guys can all tell how much we love our Kimmie by how much we tease her, right? We wouldn't get away with it if we didn't. Okay, so I have Pretty in Pink. That's my lightest pink. So I'm going to start with that color. Wake my brush up a little bit here. And, oh, you know what? Maybe I don't want to get green on there. Since it's on there, it might blend in there. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, let's do it this way. Flip. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. I'll do that. I should have probably cleaned it off in between. Like I said, this is new to me. I'm not sure how this is working, but I like it. Okay, so we're going to start with the lightest pink. And you have the whole, yeah, I love it for ink blending, Melanie. I don't color on it. It just, I don't know. I feel like my Copics bleed more, not a ton, right? Like not like Ohuhu's do, which I bought some, by the way, and I'm using those tonight. A smaller set. And Melanie was always so nice, and Kim, to let me use theirs when we go on our crafty retreats in the fall. Kind of got used to trying them and getting the feel for them. And so I was like, yeah, Amazon Prime Days had some sets on sale. So shop right away with the whole de minimis situation. Yes, absolutely, Kim. Yes, good point. Good point. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. So the hammer mill, I don't know. I just don't think it, I don't know. It just bleeds a little for me. And so I still am a Copic Express girl as far as the Copic markers go. And because I only use that for coloring, and if I'm coloring, like stamping on something that I want to have other images on the background, I usually will then fussy cut around it, so I save more of the paper. But anyway, I've made that one pack that I bought, probably last 3 years, believe it or not, but yeah, that really sucks, Kim. I'm so sorry. Like it sucks for you, and it sucks for the people that love your products, the people in the United States that absolutely love our Kraftin Kimmie stuff. And that, you know, that will be hard. Yeah, so you'll talk about it more in coffee chat. Good. I'm hoping I make it. I've had to kind of adjust my work hours lately. I've been able to hop on and watch you right before I go to work because it comes at a good time for me. But yeah, not a fan for markers. But I don't know. I have to be in early tomorrow, so I may miss coffee chat. Might have to watch it on replay later. Okay, so I'm trying to like pay attention. So this is where I want to pick it up and look at it. How am I doing? This is such a light pink. I think, a foam dauber may have been faster, but I am not smooth with a foam dauber. I end up with, you know, splotches and streaks and round circles. So I don't like to do that. So now I'm going to just kind of focus a little bit here at the bottom because this is where my lightest color is. And I'm going to make sure that I am leaving a white between the green and the pink. I'm kind of going back and forth because I'm wanting to get my color in there. Okay, and then I'll kind of quit on that for a minute and then work with my next color, which would be the Raspberry Rose. So that one, let me grab that. Oh, you're traveling home. Okay, have you been having fun, Melanie? That's so good. Let's see, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, Raspberry Rose is my next color. And I'm gonna just start from the top again and work my way down. But I'm not gonna go quite as far, which is why I did the light pink first, so I kind of have a reference of where I wanna stop. Because it's like the graduated melon color, right? I love this color. I really love this color. Looks like my brush has got some little hard pieces. I'm getting some streaks, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Watermelon has grains in it, right? Okay, now that I can see where this color is, I'm going to bring my lightest pink back in and just make sure that I bring it down just a little bit more. And again, leaving a white space. So I was going to tease you, but I knew what you meant, Melanie. A romper. I was like, huh, that sounds interesting. Show me what you're wearing, honey. Okay, so let's do this. A little more pink. This is again pretty in pink. My brush is finally waking up. Okay, and then I'm going to try to brush off a little bit of this before I start. I'm going to pick it up and look at it. Yeah, it's looking okay. I kind of like it. I'm good with it. Now I'm going to grab my darkest pink, which is my Festive Fuschia. And where did it go? Where has my little ink pad gone? Here it is, I found it. Okay, this is Festive Fuschia. And we're going to start, I'm not going to go as far, I don't think, but I'll have to pay attention to what I'm doing. And I'm bringing it down from the top and I'm bringing it in. So we're just kind of creating a nice pink flow, if you will, a nice pink fade. It's going to be a very delicious looking watermelon. That's what I have to say. Okay, so I think we're done with that. The only other thing that I will do just quickly, I did it on my other card, is I kind of like to do this where I take the ink pad and go around the edges just to like give it a little extra definition. So this is kind of one of those tricks that I do for myself that makes me feel happy. And I'm going to avoid the white a little bit, and then I'm going to grab the Lucky Limeade and do the same thing with that at the bottom. All right, and our panel is ready for us to do something else with. So I'm going to focus on coloring the watermelon piece. Oopsie. And that I've pre-stamped and put somewhere. Where in the world did I put it? Let's see here. Oh, it might be in here. I think it's in here. Is this it? Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. That actually worked pretty slick. I hope that I don't, like, do you know Kim or someone, anybody listening that has one of these grip mats, if you set it, let it set too long, if it's really hard to get off of there, the color, if it matters. I don't know. It was kind of nice to use it. I usually like tape things down. All right, let's see here. Let's get this organized. Now, coloring. We're going to color this watermelon. I chose, again, I'm messing around with my Ohuhu since I bought them. I want to try to use them, but I also mixed in one of these zebra click art pens. I did color this watermelon slice with these zebra click art pens. I was thinking I might do a watercolor, but I couldn't get quite the right depth or color to use for this card. It just was just a little off. That's the one I did with the watercolors, and they just came out a little bit too purple. Not really watercolors. Thank you, Mary Pat. So anyway, these worked pretty well. So the colors I have are, in terms of Ohuhus, I have an R28. It is fun to say. I love when I listen to Melanie and Kim say Ohuhu, and they go Ohuhu. So I love that. It's fun. I think maybe I bought the markers just because it's so much fun to say. YG06 and a YG510. So those are my Ohuhu colors that I'm playing around with. And then I also, like I said, have the zebra marker. So I'm going to start with that and do the outer part of my watermelon rind first. And I'm just coloring it in. The other thing that's really fun about this stamp set is these images are not fussy. So like if you have, not, I don't mean fussy, but I mean, they're just like, they're easy for people to color. There's not a lot of super tiny details. So if you have like hand mobility issues, they're easier to color, I think. And they're a good size too. I really love the size of them in terms of being able to have options. So those are kind of cool. This way. The thing I have to get used to is knowing that this is not a Copic, and I don't want to color so hard that I like wrinkle my paper. So see, that's pretty quick and easy, right? And then the next color I'm going to use is the, oh, I got to look at my chart, because the thing about the Ohuhu markers is the cap color. Oh, yoo-hoo. Got some Ohuhus. I did. The color, the caps are absolutely not the same as the color. That's the one thing. So it is handy they give you this color swatch, and that helps you know what the heck you're doing. In terms of real colors, you can't just grab them like you do Copics. Like I've used Copics for so many years that I have a pretty darn good idea of what the colors are when I grab them, but that is not the case with these. So actually I pulled this 510, but I don't need it since I used the other one. And I'm going to use instead the 06 marker, the YG06. And I'm just going to go around the inside, and I'm going to try to leave some white. So I'm going to use this. Because you know how there's always like, that's not completely, like if you get all the way down to the rind, you got a little bit of the white color. I want to know who loves watermelon, by the way. Are you a watermelon eater, lover? When I was little, I really wasn't much. My sister's a huge watermelon lover. But as I've gotten older, I like it a lot. It's got a lot of water, and I'm bad about drinking water, and it's sweet, so probably not the best fruit for me, but I absolutely really love it. Tell me what you love. Do you love watermelon? What kind of fruit do you have? What tips do I have? You know what, Michelle? Let me look. I think they're just the, what the heck are they? They are the, it says brush and chisel is what I have. I really debated, and then I took it back out of my cart, the really bullet tips, because I thought that would be really fun to have, but I'm going to save that for maybe putting on my, you love watermelon, Mary Pat? I'm going to save for putting it on my Christmas wishes, because my kids are always like, you buy what you want, and you don't give us a chance to get something for you. And so if I save them and maybe they go on sale, they'll be happy with me. So this is R38, and I'm coloring right over the seeds, because the seeds are going to get colored in with a black Sharpie or a black marker. So I'm not paying a huge amount of attention to, did I grab the right one? I better double check. Where's my chart? I'm wondering if I started with that wrong one, the dark one. What's my other one? 38 or 28. Oh, I did. I went the wrong way. That's okay. I'll fix it. So see, that's what I mean. You can't grab the color, the cap, because if you look, I don't know if you can see these, but 28 looks darker than 38. But on the chart, 28 is lighter than 38. So that's all right. I'll just switch gears. It'll be fine. So now I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to color over where I was. Like I said, I'm coloring over the seeds because they're going to get colored in with black anyway, so I'm not worried about being fussy around getting around them. And it's funny, speaking of watermelon, so my grandpa used to always tease us when we were little and say that if we accidentally ate a seed, a watermelon was going to grow in our belly. Did anybody else ever hear that when you were growing up? So now I'm just doing a sweeping motion, you know. Again, this is a fun card. So I am not as super concerned about proper shading, light, nothing. I'm just having fun. I'm just having a lot of fun coloring it up. I do notice that I do like the Ohuhus, but they don't blend colors as well together as Copics do. You have to be like pretty fast if you want to get them to blend. I feel like anyway, I could be wrong. Maybe it's just me getting used to how to use them, right? And so just a little bit at the top is the darker part of it. And let that be for a sec. Yes, you heard that when you were younger too, Mary Pat. I've never done that. Well, I never did that to my kids because it scared me as a kid. And I wouldn't do it to my grandson either, although he probably would think it's hilarious. You just never know. You never know what that kid would do. He's so funny. Okay, so there's the little watermelon. I'm gonna let it dry. I do want to put a face on it. I just think it's so fun with one of the whimsical faces that are part of the set. So I'm gonna do that. But the seeds, where did I put it? So I just used a Sharpie. I'm pretty sure it's dry enough. Yeah, I think it's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, it was the apple seeds for you. Yes, isn't that hilarious? That's so funny. I remember the first time I had a friend, I was a teenager, but I was at her house and she said, do you want an apple for a snack? And I said, yeah, I'd love an apple for a snack. So she grabs it and I'm being all that like super careful about eating it. And she ate the whole thing. She ate the seeds, the core, the entire thing. And I was so shocked. I did not know what to think. I just was like, I had never seen anybody do that before. I think for me, it would be a texture thing. But then there was that little voice in the back of my head that was like, well, if watermelon seeds will do that, what will happen to you with apple seeds? So that's the black Sharpie. You could use like a gel pen. You could use whatever. I'm going to just fussy cut this real quick. Where's my scissors? There they are. Actually, I'm not going to fussy cut it yet because I'm going to stamp the face and I do want to let it dry a little bit. So I'm going to build my layers, or at least one of my layers. So I'm going to take my inked panel and I'm going to put it on my black panel that's just slightly larger than the inked panel. So I'm going to get that done. You can see that I paper conserve. I'm so funny about that. Like, oh, this is the right panel I had. And when I die cut like a larger piece of paper, I know, Melanie, I know. I was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I honestly felt like it was really gross. I think I would have gagged. But anyway, it's so funny. What was I saying? I totally forgot. Oh, paper conserve. So like when I die cut and it's a bigger piece, I have to pull out a bigger piece of cardstock. I try to do it in the middle, thinking ahead that I might need it. I might need that color for a matte on something. So, all right, so we got that on there. We do want to stamp a sentiment, but I want to have an idea about where my watermelon's going to go, and it feels dry enough. I think I can put the face on there now. So I'm going to do that. I left the face I did earlier in the bedroom, so I'm going to go with this other one. There's these two cute faces. I'm going to go with this one this time. They'd eat the whole thing. Yeah, oh, you fought to get them to eat the apple. Wow, that's funny. Let's see, I do have a stamp a majig thingy-majiggy, but I'm going to just go with this because I don't want to pull that big thing in the view of everything. Well, actually, I kind of need to do that because otherwise I'm going to do a real boo-boo and I'm going to be bad at myself. So, all right, let's grab this guy. And let's see, I'll put this in here like this. And I got my face. I'm going to lay my face in there. That should be good. I don't know. I think I've used this face before, but just in case I haven't, I'm gonna, after I pick it up, I'm going to rub it a little bit with my finger just so that it takes the ink a little better. Used to bring Jell-O, put it in a baggie, slice the apples for the kids, and if they eat half of it, they'd put the other half in the bag with the Jell-O and shake it up. Oh, that's so interesting. No way, it made like a candy apple? Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Shoot, where's my black ink pad? All right, I gotta go to the bedroom anyway. I'll be right back. I gotta get my black ink pad. The powder? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, the powder Jell-O. Yeah. At first I thought you were talking about Jell-O, and I was like, oh my God, what a mess. But then I read the second one and I'm like, oh, I got it. You're talking about the sugar Jell-O stuff. Okay, let's see here. Yay, what a cute face. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. So stinking cute. All right, I'm just gonna move this little guy. Well, he'll be fine because I'm gonna put the sentiment on the bottom, so. Okay, now we can, I love to add eyelashes to my images, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm just gonna think about it for a sec here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe a little one on the edge. There we go. And let's see, I'm just gonna like color this in a little bit more. There. Oh, that's so cute, so fun. Okay, now I'm gonna trim it down. Yeah, I know, I was at first too, Melanie. I was like, huh? That seems weird. You know, like those Jell-O, what are they, jiggler cubey things? That's what I was picturing, and I was like, wow, that's so interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna trim. I'm trimming right on the line. I don't want a white border. And again, this is an easy one to cut. I can just kind of keep turning my paper, keeping my scissors on the line. And if you want your line to be darker after you trim it down, a couple tricks are to take a black marker and go around the edge so that it stands out. You can also, like, this is such an easy one to just rock across an ink pad, which I tend to prefer to do over the marker because I feel like I lose, the paper warps or bends and I lose control of what I'm doing, but I'm risking it because why not? I always do that on lives. Just risk it. So let's see here. So I'm just kind of going back over it just because I want it to stand out a little bit and I didn't want a white border. So, woo, I did it. Yay. On a roll, like Kimmie says. Okay, so that is going to go on my base panel. Oh, before I do that, sorry. So I'm going to grab my, we got to add some seeds, right? We got to add our seeds. So I'm going to grab my mat again. And we're just gonna draw in some seeds. So I was weird, and I'm still weird, so get over it. I'm saying that to myself. I wanted like, I didn't want to get crazy with my seeds, so I drew them in with a pencil first. Oh yeah, shop the box. Oh, shop the box. Maybe I should stay offline tomorrow. So I drew them in with pencil first just because I didn't want to like have a crazy amount. But the truth is, you know, just have fun with it. Like, it doesn't matter how many you put in there. It doesn't matter if they're bigger, if they're small. If you want to just go with it, I'm still like, cause I started it, I'm going to finish it with my pencil first. And I'm not making them really teardropped. I'm making them kind of oval. Some are a little teardrop shape, you know, some are round, like, you know, just watermelon seeds. But the trick is that I didn't want them to be completely on top of this piece. So yeah, so I'm going to probably set this piece up about here. And then I want to kind of have my seeds come around it in a fashion, right? So I'm just kind of doing that. And then I'm going to fill them in with a black Sharpie. So as little or as many as you want. I feel like I'm kind of getting kind of crazy here with too many, but that's okay. It looks kind of funny without the black on there quite yet. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that alone, and then I'm going to fill it in. Yeah, you saw the, I know, you know, that's my wildness, Melanie. So wild today. Living on the edge. I am not living on the edge. I mean, I kind of am, but I'm still using my pencil as a safety net. So now I've just got a black Sharpie, and I'm just coming in and I'm filling in my pencil lines. You could do, again, if you want them to be glossy, it would be fun to do a gel pen, but just takes longer to dry. So I'm just kind of filling them all in. Some are big, some are small. I know I'm covering up the one I'm not doing that one because I'm covering it up. And then I guess I could always pick it up, and if I decide that I need to add another one or two, I can do that, but it could have been a seedless watermelon too. We could have just said, we don't want no seeds allowed. No seeds in my belly. I do feel like I missed one. I'm gonna put that one in there. All right, I think I got that. So then now it just looks like a bunch of black dots. So I kind of put, Michelle. Yeah, oh, you're right. Some do have, yeah, white and black seeds. You're right. I'm just going to add like white accents to all of these seeds. So I've just got a friend gave me this white permanent marker because my Jelly Roll white jelly pen just seems to like, it always dries out on me. I can't seem to find one that'll last a long time. So anyway, this is great though. I love this little thing. It's got a really fine tip. And I'm just going to come in and add a little bit of white to each of the seeds. Or most of them maybe, I don't know. We'll see. You could have almost left like, yeah, just the pencil marks and filled in a little bit or something, but I'm just kind of touching and dragging it down a little bit. And then I think I did, yeah, there was a couple of them where I just kind of went real quick around them with white too, just to add a little bit of a accent around them. I'm not pressing really hard. There's not a lot of white in the pen at this point, but just kind of adding a little bit for emphasis, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but that's the word I'm sticking with. Okay, and then on our little seeds on our watermelon, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to touch them up. For some reason, this one came out way darker than my original one. I wonder what I did. It doesn't matter. It's watermelon. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little dot in the eye. There we go. Look how cute that is. I'm loving it. You got your days mixed up. Thought tonight was Friday. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Mary Pat. I get my days mixed up all the time. I don't even have a good excuse. I just do. All right, so that's where I'm going to put that. So now I know I want my sentiment to kind of go here, kind of in the white and the green a little bit. So I'm going to grab my stamp positioner and my sentiment, which says you are one in a million. A melon, sorry, you are one in a melon. Melons. I'm just going to sit that in here where I know I want it. I'll put it back in the frame here in a sec. Hang on, I'm coming. Okay, let's see. Hopefully that's in frame. If not, I'll move it up here. Actually, I might need to move it up here anyway. Okay, so just where I know I want it, kind of get an idea where I want it to be, and then I'm going to line my sentiment up. Now, I I am one of those people that cut my sentiments apart sometimes, so excuse me. And I did on this one, so it's going to take me just a little bit of a beat to... I wonder, Mary Pat, it could be that. It's like it works great for a while. In fact, I found this one brand that lasted way longer than the Jelly Roll. It's I'll have to post a picture of it, but it was so smooth and it lasted such a really long time, and then all of a sudden it just stopped working, and it still has ink. So I think you're right. You know, we have had a really hot, well, I mean, we had a hot June, and then we've had so much rain. Could be that, but Montana's so dry anyway. All right, so I'm just trying to line it up. This is the disadvantage of cutting your sentiments apart, is that you have a hard time getting them back together sometimes when you want them to be, but I think I did it. Oops, almost. And the other thing I can do is just stamp part of it first and then add on. Nope, I got it. It's going to be a little bit off, but it'll be fine. Okay, so I can move this so I don't accidentally drop an ink pad on it. And we'll ink that little baby up real quick. I'm using VersaFine for my sentiment tonight. I like VersaFine for fine, smaller sentiments. I think it works really well for that. Plus my Kimmie black pad is all gunked up. I gotta fix it. So anyway, I'm putting that on there. Nice, that turned out so good. I'm gonna pull it off of there. Get that out of the way. Okay, so we've got that. Let's get it on our, oh my goodness, I lost my watermelon. There he is. We're gonna put the pattern piece of paper behind, or it on there. And this, I think, did I cut this to a full? I cut this slightly smaller than the white cardstock base, just barely, slightly. I think I had actually intended to make it be the whole base, but it looks like I didn't cut it quite right. So that's gonna go in my white cardstock base. Where's my glue? Let's get this on. Just kind of try to evenly space everything on here. And that looks pretty good. It's maybe a tad crooked, but I'm not gonna, I can't tell for sure. I'm sure I'll pick it up and go, it's crooked, but it's also handmade. So there's that, and now I'm gonna put it on my card base. I'm still trying. I think I've done pretty well this year. Of trying to use up more of my stash. So I always want to pull for the new stuff, but I figure if I'm using something new, I also want to try to pull something from my stash. And this paper has been in my stash for quite a long time. So I think I did pretty good about keeping it, trying to keep it in there. All right, there's that. And then I just decided I wanted to pop this cutie pie up on, ooh, it stuck to my scissor. With some foam. I just want to have it popped up a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. I like to put a little glue on the foam because it seems like if I drop it down too fast. Oh, Maisie wants you to go to bed. Oh, that's so cute. She's like, hello, did you miss my message, lady? That's cute. How's she doing, Kim? Is she still doing good? I hope she lets me love on her a little bit when I'm there this time. I love her. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this in here. I just got one piece of, see, this is why I put glue on there, because I kind of decided that's not really where I wanted it. There we go. Ow. my finger sometimes just goes straight as a board and won't bend. All right, there we go. Look how cute that is, you guys. She's doing well, but she's a lot more neat. Oh yes, I can relate. Yep, when they don't have their sibling around, for sure. There we go. So we have card 1, direct case, card 2, kind of put my own spin on it, this adorable stamp set. I'm going to finish my recipe card using the bananas, put Go Bananas up there and fill in the recipe. And then I think I might make, like I said, I'm going to try to bribe my niece into making me some strawberry jam by making her a few more tags that she could put on her jars that she gives to people. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. If you're watching remotely and you have questions or whatever, just shoot a question out there. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for this adorable set to play with and the opportunity to play with you all tonight. So I'm going to get going, but have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon. Bye.